Hello students, today we are going to learn mutual funds, its meaning and advantages. The topic is taken from Environment and Management of Financial Services, FYBBI Semester 1. The word mutual fund is not new to us. We have heard this word in various TV commercials, in newspapers, in YouTube advertisements, in various other social media platforms. We have always heard the advertisement saying that mutual funds are subject to market risk. Please read the offer documents carefully before investing. And then we think what these mutual funds actually are. Now let us understand the meaning of mutual funds. Now let us understand the meaning of mutual funds. A mutual fund is a professionally managed investment fund that pools money from various investors to purchase securities. This means that the mutual fund includes the money of various people, and then this money together is used to purchase securities. Hence, mutual funds can be said as money of a group. Now let us understand the mechanism of mutual funds. In mutual funds, the money of various investors is pooled together and then that money is used to purchase securities. Let's understand why it is done so through this example. In a society, there are 100 houses and each house is paying 100 rupees maintenance per month. So, the total money received from all the 100 houses for a month is 10,000 rupees. So, for a year, the amount received from 100 houses will be 1,20,000 rupees. And now this 1,20,000 rupees is not returned to the people of the society. Instead, this money is used for various purposes like celebration of festival, cleaning of tanks, or any other social causes. Why is it done so? This money is used for major activities, the activities which need a lot of money. And one person with the money of one person, these activities cannot be done. Hence, the money from all the people is pooled together, and then with that total money, these activities are done. Mutual funds also function in the same way. With the help of one person's money, a particular security cannot be bought or purchased. Hence, the money of all the investors is pooled together to purchase the securities. Let us understand the meaning of mutual funds. Mutual funds, in simple term, is money managing institutions that pool the money received from general public having limited financial means but similar financial goals. Now, this money managing institution, what these institutions do, they just pool money from various investors, the investors who have a common goal, and then these investors invest the money with the money managing institutions, and then these money managing institutions take the money from the public and invest the money in various instruments like shares, debentures, and other securities under several mutual fund schemes. The money in the mutual fund is managed by asset management companies. It's like a buying a small slice of a big pizza. As an investor, many times it happens that you are not able to invest in a big security which have a huge financial amount. So what you can do is you can just pay a small amount and then you can purchase a part of it. It's like a buying a big pizza. If you're unable to buy a big pizza, then you just pay for the small part or the small slice and then you become the owner of that slice. Likewise, the owner of the mutual fund, if they pay the small amount, they become the owner of the small unit, and then that owner is responsible to get all the gains and losses and face all the income and expenses relating to that one single unit of mutual fund. Every mutual fund is managed by a professional fund manager and is required to have an independent board of trustees. Now, who are these fund managers? These fund managers are the people who manage the mutual funds. These fund managers are experienced people who have knowledge about the market and who have knowledge about the various securities. These fund managers manage the portfolio of investments for the investor. The mutual fund also have a SEBI registered custodian to carry out all the custodian services for the schemes of the mutual funds. Many a times it happens that the investors alone, they are not aware of the market, they are not aware of most of the securities, they are not aware of the mechanism of the market. So here the fund managers act on behalf of the investors. The fund manager take the money from the investors and invest their money in different portfolios of investment depending on the level of risk which the investor is willing to take. So depending on that level of risk, the fund manager invests the money of the investors in various different types of mutual funds. Now let us understand the advantages of mutual fund. The first advantage is professional management. Mutual funds provide the services of experienced and skilled professionals backed by a dedicated investment research team. The mutual funds are managed by fund managers who are very experienced in the field, who have knowledge about the various securities, who have knowledge about the trends in the market, the condition or the situation of various companies in the market and their securities. The mutual funds also have a team of researchers who study or analyze the performance and prospects of the company for making profitable investments. These research team help the fund manager or guide the fund manager so that he can invest in such securities which are more profitable and which can give high returns to the investors. The next advantage is diversification. Mutual funds invest in a well diversified portfolio of securities which enable investors to hold a diversified investment portfolio. Now, the fund manager, what he does is he invests the money of the investors in different securities which enable the investor to have a diversified investment. Instead of investing in one place, instead of putting the whole money of the investor in one place, the money of the investor is invested in different securities of different companies. One advantage of this is if the money is invested at one place, it may happen that the company can go into losses or the security can fail. And at that moment, all the money of the investor will be gone. The investor will be at a huge loss. But if the total money of the investor is invested in different securities, if one security fail, then there are still different securities and the money is safe in the other securities. So diversification reduces risk contained in a portfolio by spreading it. So if the investor in the mutual fund invest the money of the investor in different securities, the risk is reduced. It is about not putting all the eggs in one basket. So it means the risk is reduced by diversification of securities. The third advantage is convenient administration. Investment in mutual fund is paperless and it helps you to avoid many problems such as bad deliveries, delayed payments and unnecessary follow up with brokers and companies. So we can say that mutual funds save your time and make investing easy and convenient. The fund managers manages all the investment portfolios on the digital platform. There is no paper involved in all the process. Hence, the whole process is fully digitalized and paperless, and it becomes very convenient for the overall administration of the mutual funds. The next advantage of mutual fund is that it is convenient and flexible. Mutual fund operations, as they are digitalized, they are very convenient. Mutual fund operation like purchases, redemptions, switching between funds of same fund house are relatively simple. Moreover, mutual funds offer you the flexibility of tailoring your investment program So the investor can tailor his investment program as per his need. He can just tell the fund manager that where he want to invest his money, and the fund manager will invest his money as per the needs of the investor. So the mutual funds offer a tailoring of your investment program, which with facilities like systematic investment plans where the investor have to invest on monthly basis and with small amounts. Then there are systematic transfer plans where if the investor want to transfer its investment from one security to another, and there are systematic withdrawal plans that if the customer want to withdraw the money from any investment, he can easily do so. So hence the mutual funds offer more convenience and flexibility for handling. Together with professional management, diversification, convenience, and flexibility, investor protection is an important advantage of mutual funds. Mutual funds operate under strict regulatory norms set out by agencies such as SEBI and AMFI in India. Mutual funds are required to submit several reports to these agencies and also required to publish details of their operations for public information. And hence, there are no chances of speculation as SEBI acts here as a watchdog on the whole mutual fund procedure. Next is affordability. Mutual funds are available in units. One can initially opt for a regular investment plan contributing few hundred rupees per month. The one added on advantage in mutual fund is that you can invest or start by investing a small amount initially. So there is no need to invest a huge amount. One can even start with 100 rupees per month. The next advantage is return potential. The mutual funds have a high potential to give you higher returns. Over a medium to long term, mutual funds have the potential to provide higher returns as they invest in a diversified basket of selected securities. Mutual funds can give the investors higher returns in short period of time. The principle followed here is higher risk, higher returns, lower risk, lower returns. And then the investor, depending on his willingness to take risks, can invest in various mutual funds. Next is choice of schemes. Mutual funds offer a family of scheme to suit their varying needs over a lifetime. Mutual funds offer various different types for the different investors. If the investor want to take a higher risk and if he wants a higher returns, then he may invest in equity or growth fund. The primary objective of equity fund is wealth creation or capital appreciation. If the investor is not willing to take higher risk and if he wishes to get a fixed income over a period of time, then he might invest in fixed income funds. These are relatively safer investment and are suitable for income generation. Then there is a third type of mutual fund, that is hybrid funds. These invest in both equities and fixed income, thus offering best of both growth potential as well as income generation. So depending on the needs of the investors can invest in different type of mutual funds. The last advantage of the mutual funds is that the mutual funds are regularized. All the mutual funds are registered with SEBI and their functions in the provision of strict regulation designed to protect the interest of the investors. All the mutual funds, they may belong to any company, they are controlled or they are supervised by the Securities and Exchange Board of India. Hence, there is a regularity in the dealings of mutual fund across the different companies. Now we understood the advantages of mutual funds. And if you are a beginner, then what you may do, you may search on Google that what are the different securities which are available in the market, how to invest in mutual funds, then what all are the securities which are good to invest. But you have a very little knowledge. Then there is always advisable for you to visit a asset management company which has a proper fund manager who has the in detail knowledge about the market and the various securities available in the market. He also have different schemes and the different portfolios of investment suiting the needs of all the investors. So, before going into mutual funds, please get detailed information about the mutual funds, the different securities in the market, and you can always meet a fund manager who will help you to get higher returns. So, this was all for this session. Thank you.